Hey, Kate.
Big A, little T-E, what's up, Brandanovich?
So it may be that old world monkeys have numeracy. I think that's the word.
You know, last time I had Numeracy, they gave me some really, really bad tasting pills.
I may be saying the right word, but I mean they may be able to use numbers more than we thought they could.
Ah, Numeracy, number. Okay.
Kind of like literacy.
Ah, okay, so now that I'm got myself all distracted, what was that?
So these old world monkeys, and old world would be referring to monkeys from Europe or Asia or
Okay.
Africa, as opposed to New World monkeys, which would come from the Americas. They've done experiments with those, and historically when they've done the experiments, they'll put two plates in front of a monkey with raisins on it, and one plate will have more raisins than the other plate. But the monkeys would just point at either plate, and then they would give them the raisins that was on that plate. But the monkey would be so excited it would point at just whichever plate it saw first.
Because it had raisins.
Right. So it wouldn't necessarily point at the plate with more raisins. So they started putting something over the raisins and put pebbles that had the same number of raisins underneath the plates. And
Pebbles?
Pebbles, so little black pebbles. And so the monkeys knew they weren't raisins they were looking at, that it was something else. And the monkeys learned and were able to identify if they pointed to the plate that had more pebbles on it, they would get more raisins. Since they weren't looking at raisins, they weren't getting so excited and just pointing at whichever one. So they were able to understand the number of pebbles corresponded to the number of raisins that were underneath the plate. And they apparently love raisins.
They understood the number, they didn't just see a larger quantity. Would it be?
Well, they would understand the numbers.
There'd be a drastic difference between 20 and 10. It wouldn't necessarily be numeric, it'd be just seeing them grouped together. So how do they know they were determining numbers, not?
Well, they were seeing, they were able to see quantity. Before it was, they would point to either one just because they were seeing raisins and they wanted raisins, which is actually similar behavior to very young human children.
They point at plates with raisins in them? With excitement. So they found this all out. What does that mean then?
Maybe we should start having monkeys do our books and do our taxes for us. That's what I want to do.
And then the blind monkeys can learn Braille?
Yeah.
And do all the blind people's...
And they can type out Shakespeare for us.
That, yeah, that's more literary rather than...
You know, if they have numeracy, they should have literacy.
Numeric.
Numeric. Do you think they have any comments, questions, or concerns for us?
No.
No.
Prove me wrong at scientificstation.com.